We were able to play Shovel Knight Dig's final DLC, Wicked Wishes, during PAX, and also had the pleasure of interviewing one of the creators of Shovel Knight, Sean Velasco, about the DLC and Yacht Club Games on topics such as Mina the Hollower, Smash, and Arby's. So let's dive into my impressions with some of the off-screen footage I recorded of new areas, followed by the interview after.
So Tom, I heard you went to PAX, played a whole bunch of games, including the final DLC for Shovel Knight Dig called Wicked Wishes. Tell me about it. What is it good? Is it fun? What did you think?
I think first of all, it's going to mark the completion of Shovel Knight Dig. Like, this will be it for it, but it really adds more to the experience in terms of showing players what they can and can't do. Like, it removes a little bit of the mystery behind it, adds to it, adds quests and other things, I think, to make it an overall better package. Yeah, one of the main things I saw, they have Hoofman, the kind of horse character. He has a secret guild hall kind of just past the armor. And you go down there and everyone's been hanging out there. And from there, you can get different quests along the way that'll change your runs in Shovel Knight Dig and mix them up. It makes it an even better game.
I mean, that's always a good thing, especially with it being free, although I guess that wouldn't have mattered as much with it being free. In any case, that sounds cool. That's good and enhances the game. In fact, I didn't even know there was any mystery to be had in Dig, because I only played it at game shows before. So, does that mean, is this more story-focused? Is it more about building out the lore? Is that kind of the idea with this one? Or is it just a side effect of the gameplay they're exploring now?
I think some of it kind of builds up the lore. Like, when I was playing originally Shovel Knight Dig, you can kind of tell there's going to be a true ending, but they don't really explicitly say it. Now, even with the first DLC that I was playing for about 7 hours before the show, just to prepare, things like Shield...
You prepared by playing 7 hours worth of...
So that just shows how good Shovel Knight Dig is, right? It's I want to keep going. It's not like one of those where I've reviewed it and it's I never want to see this game again. I don't know why I didn't play for a while, but Shovel Knight Dig is still quite addictive. Despite being hard...
Addictive?
There's enough puns in Shovel Knight already, so
I know.
I guess that's a new one. And I still love it. Each run is slightly different. Before now, Shield Knight's there, and she'll talk about stories, because this is a prequel to Shovel of Hope. And
which is another DLC.
Shovel of Hope is the original Shovel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track, because normally we call it Shovel Knight. They went back and they added that subtitle to it.
Oh, they pulled a New Hope, which is an interesting coincidence, if not intentional.
Yeah, and so going down the quest, an example is Beefto, a character made in their puzzle game. He's now in it, and he'll do training for the giant Omega Saw that comes down. If you take too much time, this saw comes down, it's a one-hit kills you. But they train you on how to dodge it, and how to stay calm in the moment. Other things is I had a Super Skeleton mission where you have to fight him 4 times in different side rooms on the way down. Yeah, just completing these quests as you go along just mixes up the gameplay more. I was reading a bit before this, and some people complain it's not enough like a roguelite. I find it fine, but maybe some people's expectations are different. I think this will add to that. Yeah, other than that, I noticed more changes in the level design. They've done more rebalancing. There's more Jake Kaufman music too, like that.
Always a good thing. Yeah, honestly, that's all you really need. They don't even need the gameplay. Just add more Jake Kaufman music, and it's amazing.
It's I'm tempted to set up my old 400 watt peak concurrent subwoofer to listen to more of it. But
that'd be amazing. So what was the best part about playing the game yourself?
Playing it's just seeing more of these side missions and seeing the guild arch. Talking to different characters there, finding a bit of that mystery, it adds that much more to it. One of the funny things is there's a quest, I believe it's Mole in the Midst, and for some reason there are 2 of this new secretive character, and one of them, you talk to him and he turns out, he whips off the costume, he turns out to be this mole character that they actually had designed for the original version of Dig. He just never made it in. They said an Easter egg is he's on a Yeti t-shirt they had. Okay. And so finally he's there. Yeah, seeing some of the new animations, pulls all your gems in, then it's a new mission. So I don't know, just seeing Shovel Knight Dig Wicked Witch is just kind of putting it into a more complete and even more refined package. That's what I love.
Well, that sounds great. Is there anything else we needed to know about it, or is that pretty much it?
I think that's pretty much it. Stay tuned to it later this year, and after this, we're going to have an interview with Sean Velasco, one of the creators of Shovel Knight.
All right, that sounds exciting, so stay tuned for that, everyone.
Hi everyone, Tom here at PAX and joined by a special guest, Sean Velasco, one of the creators of Shovel Knight at Yacht Club Games. Sean, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, it's good to be here as always. 10 years of PAX, Shovel Knight, of coming to PAX's Yacht Club. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's been 10 years, and here we are.
Well, yeah, I remember talking to you like 10 years ago before Shovel Knight was out, and now we have the sort of anniversary edition.
DX. Yeah. Basically, yeah, it's the original Shovel Knight game that started it all, with a whole lot of new features and a lot of the old stuff that we had to bring back, that we had to preserve. So many things are being lost to time. Stereoscopic 3D, the Miiverse, the Street Pass. There's so many things that we developed with Shovel Knight throughout the course of the development, and we wanted to make sure that all that was preserved forever and ever. So now it's all going to be available. It's also going to be on new platforms because there hasn't been like an official new release yet. And on top of that, you're going to be able to play online, and you're going to be able to play as all the Shovel Knight characters from Shovel Knight Showdown in co-op. So you'll be able to play through all of Shovel Knight with all of those characters.
The 3D mode, is there actually like a VR mode for that, for like 3D?
Yeah, basically if you have a VR headset, then you'll be able to do the 3D. But the stereoscopic, you could use the stick to kind of like see it even if you don't. So it's like, even if you don't have a 3D, you could still observe the stereoscopic. I don't think there's like a side-by-side eye crossing mode or anything like that, though.
Yeah, I remember talking to Alec about designing those levels, and he was saying like when they're broken, it's not fun. So I'm glad his hard work can be appreciated still.
Yeah. I mean, also David D'Angelo, when programming that stuff, he's like, my eyes were like didn't uncross for weeks because as you're implementing it, it's even worse, right? It's like because things are coming forward and things are coming back, and it's like literally the two sides of your eyes don't make sense, and it hurts. It hurts your brain to look at. Yes.
This sort of anniversary edition coming out, are you still working on it? Like at one point I would say like I couldn't work on Shovel Knight anymore after like so much DLC and support and updates over the years. So is this something you're still actively working on, or is someone else taking the reins?
I mean, other people have taken the reins. We're working with a partner to get DX done, but we're also working to do the design and to figure it all out, and we're guiding that process. So yeah, we are working on it, but not exactly like on a daily basis. It's more thinking about like, how are these characters from the different like how are they all going to be able to run through the Shovel of Hope campaign in a way that's like fun and interesting? How is the interface going to work for all of that? What kind of features did we want for the game, and like how were they going to unlock, and how is the presentation going to work? And so yeah, I guess in that way there is a lot to think about. Yeah, we are working on it. We are still working on it every day. But no, it's great because we love Shovel Knight. I love Shovel Knight. I love Mega Man. I love playing 12 Mega Mans. As they make another one, I'll be excited. Like, I don't know. I like playing a game that I like, and it's fun and it's interesting, and I like working on a game that's cool, and I would keep making Shovel Knights forever. As long as we can keep doing something new with it, then yeah, definitely.
Speaking of new, I played the new Shovel Knight Dig DLC today, and why is it important for Yacht Club to continue like making a perfect version of the game even like long after it's been released? Like, this will be the final update, but why in your mind is it important?
Well, why would we want to make the perfect game? I mean, I think that's like that's a self-evident answer in and of itself. Yeah, when you put a game out, I think there are always things that you are proud of, and there are things that you're excited about. There are things that you wish that you could have added that you didn't have time for. And there are things that you have ideas later that you're like, oh, I wish I could do that also. And it all starts to formulate into a DLC. A lot of times also, I mean, like with Dig and Pocket Dungeon, they were created with the idea of doing a DLC in mind. So it's like, we're gonna do a pack, and then we're gonna add more content, and then we're gonna do one that whatever adds another difficulty, and it'll be every time it re-hits, it'll be like another fun run through of the game that players will get to do, and we'll get to learn from all the experience that we get from having developed the game. And it just makes sense to like make DLC packs to make it good and to finish it up. Yeah, and I mean, especially with Dig and Pocket Dungeon, those games, they're like Treasure Trove is like 5 different games basically, but these games, the DLC is like really like deeply integrated into the experience, which just makes it feel like this vast, huge game bursting with content. It's like so much stuff. It's just, I mean, it's awesome. And as the devs, because we're working with other devs to do this, it's almost like we get to see it all happening as fans as well. It's like, whoa, everything's taking on the life of its own. Like the Beefto, that character, like we didn't make up Beefto. Like Beefto is made by the Pocket Dungeon team, and now he's like a cool character that's everywhere in Shovel Knight. And that, like, if we make another Shovel Knight, we'd have to put Beefto back into like the mainline games. There's something really cool about that, about just collaborating with everyone and making a big universe, and yeah, making each game everything that it can be.
I love hearing the energy behind that and like the passion to continue going. And speaking of other developers, like we've had Cyber Shadow, like you've published them and stuff in the past. Is that something you sort of actively are continuing, or maybe taking on a case-by-case basis as they come up and considering in the future?
Yeah, our publishing right now, we've definitely taken a back seat. We're really trying to get Mina done. We have other internal projects that we're really excited about that we're trying to focus on. And there are, cool projects come down the pipe, and we see them in our inbox. And right now we just like don't have the bandwidth to take them on. But it sure would be cool. We would definitely love to do more in the future. And I think it all just depends, like if the right project comes along and if we're able to offer, to make sure that we could offer success in a full way. Yeah. So right now we're like focused on ourselves, focused internally, definitely. But yeah, in the future, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I remember talking to Dave. It sounds like a lot of work still to like be overseeing a game and offering advice and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, just the work of putting it out, right? Like, we're doing localization and porting and, marketing and branding and then playing the game and offering advice. And there's just so many things that go into making a game. When you're a solo dev, it's like, it's hard. That's why we wanted to help, people put their games out. It is quite an effort, and that's, something that we don't exactly have the bandwidth for right now.
To circle back earlier though to retro games, I was wondering, do you still actively play retro games? And if so, is there one that you might recommend that you think people don't know about?
Retro games, you mean like a game?
Like a Famicom eras.
Okay, what's the last thing that I've been playing retro wise? I was like, I need to play. There's some JRPGs that I haven't played that I need to finish them. I love Final Fantasy IV, one of my favorite games of all time, but I never have finished 5. I finished 4 and 6 and all of them, but like 5, for some reason, that one just like, I can't complete it. It's like my Moby Dick. And so I was like, maybe I'll start 5 again. But instead, I took a detour, and I still have to decide: is it Lufia? Is it Breath of the Wild 2? Or sorry, not Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire. Not Breath of. Excuse me. That's modern brain talking. Yeah, Breath of Fire 2. So I was thinking about playing a new JRPG. If I had to give a recommendation, I would say Final Fantasy IV is like an underappreciated Final Fantasy. Everyone loves 6 on Super Nintendo, but 4 is like so like melodramatic and amazing, and it's also over like pretty quickly. That'd be my recommendation. And I'm trying to get into 5, or maybe Breath of Fire 2. Do you have a JRPG recommendation on Super Nintendo or like during that era? Also Phantasy Star or something. Like I never played Phantasy Star 2 or like those Master System ones. Those are more games that I'm excited to play as opposed to ones that I have been playing though.
No, that's good. Like I also missed a lot of that era, but yeah, for me it's just a simple choice of Earthbound. But it's I'm not as deep into that. I'm more still on the Famicom JRPGs at this point. Just quickly though, with Mina the Hollower, had an update in the Direct. Your Yacht Club, or Yacht Club Presents, I should say. How do you feel Mina's been coming along? Do you have any updates you'd like to say in it, or any kind of thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, development on Mina has been like, it's been a crazy 5 years, right? Like, it was COVID during Mina, and it's been, I'll just say it's been like so much more of a journey than I thought it was going to be. In my hubris, I thought it would be easy to make a Link's Awakening Castlevania hybrid, but there's like so many unique challenges with like trying to make a game that's like a platformer and an adventure game and like a Dark Souls that has like experience and equipable items and like 60 trinkets and like an interconnected world and like all this stuff. It's been crazy. And right now we're like cresting the hill. The whole game is all put together, like it's all like linked together and all the stuff is there. And now we're like sorting it all out, polishing it up, and like finishing it. So that's where it's at. We're like so deep in it every day. It's like, get in there, put the headset on, pointing at the map and talking animatedly with everyone and like trying to figure it all out. It's just been full on. Coming to PAX has been like a welcome respite, honestly. Yeah, so it's like after these couple of weeks, we're going to go back and like slam it out. And it's just going to be, it's like, it's such a big game, and there's like so much going on, and there's like so many systems, and there's like a lot of fresh stuff, and there's a lot of weird stuff, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to finish it up for sure.
Oh, that's good to hear. I thought you were going to say put yours on there.
Oh, that would be good. Oh, yeah, totally.
Circling back to the presents, you decided it's time to sort of say that you're working on a new game, and why was that the right time to kind of show that 3D logo?
Well, I guess the hints are all there, right? So yeah, I mean, we thought we'd drop that 3D logo to get people excited for whatever our new project might be. And as soon as we have something to show, we're just dying to be able to show you something. We've been working on stuff for a very long time on this unannounced project. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to take it and it's a whole new direction with some really new stuff, and I just can't wait. Just can't wait to show you for sure.
Looking forward to it. Take your time to cook. Finally, on Shovel Knight cameos, I don't know if I haven't noticed as many lately, but is it something that maybe you had so many of them that you wanted to slow down a bit, or just opportunities haven't come by, or there may be some upcoming in the future, or did like Arby's end it?
Yeah, I mean, Arby's was like the ultimate be-all, the be-all, end-all. Between Smash and Arby's, how could you do better than that? Yeah. No, I mean, we definitely started cooling it on the Shovel Knight cameos a little bit in the later years. And if a cool one comes by, or if we have a fun opportunity, then of course we're always willing to go in and do something. I imagine if there were to be a big new Shovel Knight, that we were going to try and spin up, that maybe we would go through and do a new set of cameos with everyone, or do something like that, But I think right now, while we're chilling on it, then it's probably good not to have Shovel Knight in like every game ever.
Yes, yeah. It's like, it's hard not to, but
that's what I want. Every game that I play, I mean, definitely if Shovel Knight is a character in it, then it's like, oh yeah, I'll play. In Rivals, I gotta play as Shovel Knight. In Runbow, I gotta play as Shovel Knight. You gotta like be Shovel Knight. In Blade Strangers, I'm Shovel Knight. When in Bloodstained, I'm the Shovel Knight armor, and I gotta turn on assist trophies because I want to see that Shovel Knight trophy.
Thank you so much for your time, Sean. I guess the new Shovel Knight Dig DLC to sort of complete the game, that'll just be out later this fall, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's pretty much done. It's all gonna be coming out real soon.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching, and for more on Yacht Club in the future, stay tuned to GameXplain. Goodbye, everybody.